Hi, I'm Robert Onkoy, and today we're going to look at what makes a good paragraph. So, what is a paragraph? Well, paragraph is really a group of related sentences, for example, with four ideas or three ideas, and they focus on a single main idea, in this case, the best pet. I like to think of a good paragraph as being like a hamburger. A burger, as you know, starts with the bun, and the bun is, for our paragraph, the topic sentence, which tells us what the paragraph is about. Basically has our topic and our main idea about the topic. Then in our hamburger, we like to have some meat. If you're a meat eater, this is great. The support sentences provide the meat or the substance of the paragraph. Sometimes you'll write a paragraph where you have two burger patties or two ideas about the topic sentence. And other times you might be asked to provide three different ideas related to the topic sentence. Now, we don't stop there. It's not enough to present three related ideas about the topic sentence. We need to give some flavor. And to that, we look at the detailed sentence, which adds the who, what, when, where, why details that explain or describe support sentences. Now, not all paragraphs require you to give a bottom button, but some do. So we call this the concluding sentence. It basically summarizes or wraps up the whole paragraph in one sentence. A lot of my students have difficulty with the very first sentence of a paragraph. This is the topic sentence, which is like the top bun in a hamburger. Well, this topic sentence kind of sets the stage. It tells us what paragraph should be about. So, what do we need? Well, first off, we need a sentence that has the topic word. In this case, I have a dog. The dog is the topic. I don't think that's really a great topic sentence. We also need a controlling idea that tells me or tells the reader what the rest of the paragraph will say about a dog. Just saying I have a dog is not enough. So my dog has four legs. Okay. So we want to focus on how many legs the dog has. Okay. Is this a good topic sentence? Not really. A really good topic sentence is one that allows you to write more and more and more about the controlling idea. Now, a good controlling idea can be an opinion, or a big enough idea requires you to describe or explain. So, for instance, dogs are the best pet to have. Dogs is my topic. The best pet to have. Well, here you could spend time giving me three or four or five reasons why it's good to have a dog. You could also make a paragraph about why it's good for your health. Having a dog can be good for your health. Well, can you tell me three ways? Now that we have our topic sentence and we know we want to talk about dogs, specifically about why or how they're good for your health, let's look at the meat of the sandwich, burger patty. So we can build our ideas by simply asking the question, why? Why is having a dog good for your health? Well, let's take a look. I can give three burger patties. Well, firstly, there's physical health. Then there's emotional health. And finally, it's good for your mental health. You can pause the video here if you need to read it a little more carefully. But before you do, let me point out that each support sentence has a detail that connects it back to our controlling idea, being good for your health. Pause the video here and have a read. All right, you have your meat patties, which is your support sentences. Now, it really helps if you add some flavor to each meat patty. And we do this by using the detail sentences. The detail sentences can add more flavor by describing cause and effect. For instance, how can we get a physical health benefit by having a dog? Well, when you walk and you play with your dog, you are getting exercise, and this is good for you and your pet. I use cause and effect here to develop that detail. You could also describe things by giving examples. For example, how does it benefit your mental health? Well, for example, there are people with depression who have improved their symptoms of depression by being given a sense of purpose, a responsibility to care for another living thing. Okay, now it's time to talk about the concluding or conclusion sentence. Now, in some schools or language centers, they may not teach you that you need to do this, but some others will. I'm just going to explain it here and show you how it works. When you have a good, clear topic sentence, it tells the reader where you're going to go in this paragraph. Now, we've had our 3 supporting sentences, the burger patties, and we've had the 3 detail sentences, the lettuce, the tomatoes, the bacon, the avocado. Add extra flavor, add extra detail, support each support sentence. Well, we want to have that other bun at the bottom because, well, it is the final sentence of the paragraph, and basically it serves to restate the main idea from the topic sentence in a different way, or paraphrase. And if this paragraph is part of an essay of 3 or 4 or 5 paragraphs, the concluding sentence can help us connect, bridge to the next paragraph. Now, it also wraps up that paragraph in a nice and satisfying way. So what can a topic sentence like this have for a conclusion? To sum up, caring for a dog can benefit different aspects of our health. Wow, that's a good summary. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. All I want to end off with is by saying that the structure that I've given you today, this burger paragraph, it's the same, but just a little bit different when we have it for descriptive paragraphs, agree, disagree paragraphs, where you need to respond to an idea, argumentative paragraphs, where you have to present your opinion and persuade the reader to agree with you. And it looks quite different when we write a narrative paragraph. We will explore these in future videos. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.